Good morning, grade 10s. Could you guys give me a green check mark in Blackboard, please? And please make sure that you are also in Blackboard as well. That's super, super important, you guys, so that you can communicate with each other. All right? Awesome. Perfect. So Belle, if you're there, Danica, how are you guys doing this morning? Hopefully everything's well with all of you. Awesome. Just a reminder, you guys, we have some logistical things to go over before we actually get into class today. Awesome. Emily Band, are you still doing that through, I know which school it is. KCS? Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Good. And what do you play, Emily? What instrument? And you and Rachel both do band there, right? I'm good. Looks like you guys are all in Blackboard as well. Perfect. Good. Look at you guys all with the green check marks right away. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. That's not too bad. Emily, I'm up at 5 every morning. That's right. 5 people. 5. All right. So before we actually get into this, you guys, I want to make sure that I have my own brain wrapped around what is happening next week and what's happening in the next couple of weeks, really. All right? So remember, you guys, that this Friday, okay, as in tomorrow, we don't have anything in regards to field trips because it's a Pro D day for us. So, or an implementation day. So you guys don't have anything this Friday. Monday, you also have nothing, okay, because it's the Thanksgiving long weekend, okay? So no school on Monday as well. Now, next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, and for some, oh, did I put it in the wrong month? I swear I put it up here, you guys. I don't think I did. So on Tuesday and Wednesday, we are switching, happy birthday, Caitlin, for tomorrow. We are switching math and English, okay? So on Tuesday, instead of coming to English class, okay, you are coming to math class on Tuesday, okay? Be aware of that. Because on Wednesday, and I emailed everybody's parents yesterday, we have a field trip planned on Wednesday, October 11th at the Innovation Center / Bird Sanctuary here downtown. So it's going to be our class, our grade 10s, and the grade 8s with Miss Kelly. All right? Yes, so Caitlin, there's no class for you guys. There's no live classroom. There's no Blackboard for those of you that are out of town, right? But there will be an assignment. So please keep an eye out for that, all right? Because I even want you guys who are not here to complete the assignment, all right? So, and I will make sure I update the calendar with that as well, you guys. I thought I put it in there, but maybe I didn't save it, or maybe just, am I in October? Yeah, I am. Maybe I accidentally put it in November. Let's see if Miss Ward made a mistake. No, I didn't. Maybe I just didn't save it, you guys, because I thought that I put that in here on the 11th. So, so I will make sure that I will put that in there. So we are meeting here at McWilliams on Wednesday at 9. You have to be here before 9 a.m. because our tour starts at 9 a.m. So you guys need to be here at least by 8:45, okay? This is a mandatory field trip, all right? So make sure that you are coming. There is going to be, like I said, an assignment related to it. So we're going to walk over to the Innovation Center, which is right beside the library. We're actually getting a tour of the building. Kaylin, Wednesday, October 11th, next week. okay? And if for some reason you cannot make it, please let me know, all right? Just so I can make note, but you will be in charge of doing the assignment as catch-up. Yes, yes, Belle, of course I will, absolutely. And yes, Sean, you have Monday off as well. Okay. Oh, no problem, Kaylin. So you need to do that assignment, okay? So we're going to meet at McWilliams. We're going to head down to the Innovation Center. We're going to do a tour, and I need you to bring, and I included this in an email for your parents, Wednesday, Sean. I'll have it in there for Wednesday for sure, okay? That you need to bring the following. You need to bring a quote that just resonates with you, because at the Innovation Center, we have the opportunity to add to their quote wall. They have a huge glass wall in their entrance where people can write out quotes that inspire them. So that's what I'm asking you guys to do, is to bring a quote, okay? No, Sean, no, there will be no assignment for Monday. No, okay? So you guys get to add your quotes to the wall, but then we're also going to incorporate it into when we go down to the bird sanctuary as well, okay? So we're going to actually do that as well. So you need a quote, but then you also need to bring, please, like a notebook and a pen or pencil, or like a couple pieces of paper. It doesn't have to be a notebook, okay? Oh, awesome. Thanks, Kaylin. I was wondering that. Perfect. All right. So yes, that is, you need pen or pencil, a notebook or some pieces of paper, and then something hard to write on. Okay, you guys, because when we're at the bird sanctuary, we're going to be doing some writing. Okay. So just be aware of that. Okay. For sure. Caitlin, why don't you, if you and Sean, whoever's not going to be here, Kaylin, if you guys want to send me a quote that you guys want me to add to the wall, let's do it. Okay, send me a quote. Okay? And all the quote needs to be is just something that inspires you, you guys. Okay? So that is it for the 10th and 11th. So remember, math and English are switching next week just for that day. Then on Thursday, you guys, you see me again, right, for English. All right? So does that make sense? Give me some green check marks. Awesome. Okay, good. Now, the other thing that I want you guys to notice, though, is looks like we've got the food bank volunteering next week as well. That's in the afternoon on the Tuesday. I highly recommend you guys come out. All right. Oh, perfect. Yay. Good, Kaylin. I really recommend that you guys come out to the food bank. This is a great opportunity for you guys to give back to your community, maybe to even get some volunteer hours, which we are going to go over. And you need some volunteer hours for your planning and even for your grade 12. So I really recommend that you guys start some volunteering, okay? So make sure that you sign up on the sheet as well and get into that, because it's an amazing experience. Then it looks like we're also going to the McMillan Pumpkin Farm on the Friday, okay? So this is, we get to go on a hayride, there's a petting zoo, right? All those things, right? There's a giant slingshot, a corn maze. It's a super fun time. Dress for the weather, because if it's cold out today, when we go to the corn maze or through the McMillan Farms, it'll be freezing. Okay, so I'm just warning you. Yeah, Kyla, I can't remember what they have out there. I think the petting zoo is actually new out there, because I've never been to McMillan Farms when there was a petting zoo. Or maybe I haven't. I just stood away from it. I can't remember. But I'm sure there's like baby goats and all those like fun things, right? Oh yeah, Belle, that's tons. Yeah, that's tons of volunteer hours. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, I know it is chilly out there, you guys. So just be aware. So that's what's happening this week. Just another reminder as well, ladies and gentlemen, remember you are in grade 10. You are to check your grades on a daily basis. I still have not gotten around to marking your branding, your passion assignment yet. That is on my to-do list for today. So your marks will be updated by the end for ADC by the end of the day today. And then hopefully by Monday, you'll have some English marks in there, right? Because you'll be handing in your good copy of your paragraph today by the end of, for next class. All right? So, I think that's it. I think that's all I had to say for you guys today. All right, so let me head back and let's get started with today. So, Jessica, I don't know for sure. I think for planning 10, you actually don't need volunteer hours specifically. But I know for your grad transitions, you need so many hours. And I think it's only something like 30 hours. So it's not huge, but I think you can accumulate them from grade 10, 11, and 12. That's why I always like to recommend to my grade 10s that they start doing volunteer hours, right? And so, yeah, so I highly recommend you guys come out, all right? It'll be super fun. So we need to go back to the descriptive paragraph, okay? That is what we want to focus on today. So you should have completed your rough draft, okay, and have that screenshotted or put onto your Weebly, right? Today what we're going to do is we're going to do a peer review and we're going to do a good copy, okay, because you've already done a self-assessment with it as well, okay? So here we go. We're going to review the criteria though, because I always like coming back to criteria, ladies and gentlemen, just in case we've missed something. If as you're writing your paragraph, you're like, oh, we missed that aspect that I really feel should be part of a well-constructed paragraph, we need to put that in back into the criteria. So what I want to do is this is the criteria that we came up with, right? And that you guys came up with. And then what I've done is I've just kind of put them into some themes, right? So I've got grammar, I have description, and then I have connection. Okay, that's kind of what I thought were the three main themes. And the rest of the stuff that you guys put in there kind of go into those themes. So under grammar, those are like all your conventional stuff, your actual writing mechanics, right? Your grammar, your proper sentences, your spelling, your capitalization, all those things. The boring writing stuff, right? Then we've got the description, okay? So it's enough, but it's not over the top where the reader gets super bored, right? And is almost like overstimulated. And a really great example of this, and I don't know, have you guys ever read, and this is just my opinion, I'm not saying the author is horrible, it's just my opinion. Have you guys actually read J.R. Tolkien's like Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit? Read the books, not seen the movies, read the book. Okay. Okay, so Danica, you can let me know your opinion, okay? I'm not a fan of J.R. Tolkien, his writing. I love the movies, and I would way rather watch the movies that are based on his book. When you read Tolkien, he's very, very descriptive, over descriptive. He describes blades of grass for 5 pages. Thank you, Danica. I'm glad that you agree with me, okay? So I'm not a fan of that over-the-top description. I don't need to know, I get it. Describe the blade of grass in like 3 sentences. Do we need to go for 5 pages? No. Okay, so that is what I wanted to, that's kind of what I'm assuming what you guys mean around not over the top, not too much, right? But you do want to go into enough detail, use strong words, okay? So really think about your word choice. That becomes really parts of this, okay? Because instead of saying you're angry, what are some other words that you guys could be using instead of angry? Right, Caitlin, furious, irritated, right? Get passionate. Get those different words in there, right? That just explore and start expanding your vocab. The best way to expand your vocab, ladies and gentlemen, is to start reading, okay? Reading expands your vocab. So make that part of a daily routine for you. Awesome. Awesome, Emily. I love it. So do I. I read on a daily basis right before bed. It's my downtime, right? Make sure you're really exploring all the senses. Okay, so you're using your eyes, your nose, your taste, your ears, right? All those different things to really describe the scenario. Don't repeat words. And I think Emily did a good job of this. Like at the beginning of a sentence, don't start with I every single time, or don't start with the, right? Really start to work with your sentence structure, you guys, and start really making your sentence structure a bit more sophisticated, okay? Connection, okay? You want your writing to come to life. You want that audience to really connect to your writing, okay? You want to set the context, right? Give it a little bit of background if need be. You don't just want to like jump in and start describing stuff if your reader might get confused, right? You really want to explain, use explanation, and make it experiential for the reader, okay? That's huge. Good. So now I want to take 2 minutes. Now I want to partner up. So if everyone can raise their hands. Perfect. Okay, do I have everyone's hands raised? Awesome. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to partner up and we're going to take 2 minutes and I want you to discuss the criteria. And we're going to use this strategy right here. What do we need to adjust? This is called the love it, leave it, or lose it. Okay? What do we love about the criteria? Is everything in there? Do we need to leave the criteria but maybe edit it a bit? Right? That sort of thing. Like, is the wording not quite right? It doesn't hit the nail on the head. Or do we need to lose it? Just take it right out of the criteria. This doesn't matter. It's not part of what we want. So I want you to take 2 minutes with your partner and we're going to love it, leave it, or lose it. Okay, within the criteria. And I'll actually go back and put the criteria back on the screen so you guys can see it. Okay? Good. Okay, so obviously just go down your participant list. So Caitlin P and Cassie H are together. Bryn, Danica, Jocelyn Slade, Belle, Kyla, Kaylin, Jessica G, Caitlin T and Hallie, Sean and Lindsay, Emily and Christiana, and then Dylan and Kirsten. You guys can partner up. All right? So go ahead. Let's take 2 minutes. Love it, leave it and edit it, or lose it. Go ahead. All right, perfect. So, just finish up what you guys are chatting about. I still see lots of the chat going here. Perfect. Okay, so in the main room, okay, in the main room, are there any changes? Do we need, I want to focus on, do we need to leave something but edit it? Or do we need to lose anything? So in the main room, can you type anything that you and your partner discussed that needs to be changed or come out of the criteria? All right, so I'm just going to bring up. Okay, so is there anything, just in the room chat, or do we love everything? Do we agree with everything? And it's good to go. This is exactly what we need for our paragraphs. Oh, no problem, Sean. All right, so it looks like good. Perfect. Awesome. So it looks like we're in agreement. Okay. Awesome. So I'm not going to change anything then within our criteria, which is totally fine. So now we know for sure this is our criteria. All right. Fantastic. Now what we're going to do, you guys, is we're really, Belle, I know we all could, right? But unfortunately, it's a super important part of life, okay? All right, so now what we're gonna do, you guys, is I really want to delve into this concept of not just about description, right? Because it's easy to describe something. It's a little bit harder to actually make like a story or a movie in your mind, right? When you're reading something. And by doing that, that's called imagery, right? Really using description to create an image in your audience's mind. That's what I want you guys to focus on when you are doing your descriptive writing, okay? So to really engage in that though, I need to give you some practice. So in the assignment, you are gonna download the short story, okay? It's called Catch the Moon. So when you are in your English shell, and you guys will notice we changed our theme. Woohoo, it's much easier to navigate, I believe. Okay, when you scroll down, you'll see descriptive paragraph peer review. That is where this assignment is, okay? So I want you to download the story. It's right there. But before we actually read the story, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to make some predictions about what the story is going to be about based on the title. So it's called Catch the Moon. In the room chat, okay, in the room chat, can you please make some predictions? What do you think this short story is going to be about? Good, Bryn. Okay, so if you are in, just give me 2 seconds, you guys here. Okay. So you need to be in the English shell, right, you guys? You need to be in your English 10, right? The one that has the video on top, okay? And when you scroll down, it's in the descriptive paragraph peer review. Make sure you refresh your screen. If you're already in the, because I just opened it up this morning, so make sure that you refresh your screen if you've already been there and haven't it might just pop up, right? So then you just go in there and it's the very first download button. Kid who wants to be an astronaut. Interesting. About photography, Caitlin. Okay. Belle, that's kind of an overall. What does that mean to capture the moon? Let me just check. Because it's just a Word doc. Jocelyn. Yeah, Jocelyn, scroll down. The first page is blank. Is it there, Jocelyn? All right. Yeah. Okay, good. Excellent. If you just scroll down, you guys, you'll see it. Okay, so before we start reading though, because I always like to give you a strategy while you read, okay, I want you to focus on how the author uses imagery, okay? And then we're going to use this knowledge that we gain to rewrite our rough drafts and to gain some peer feedback, okay? So I'm just going to head back to my, so we've downloaded it and then we did this. Okay, so there's also a T-chart that I want you guys to download. So if you go down another one, that second download button, there's a T-chart, okay? And remember that a T-chart is basically called a T-chart because it looks like a T. There's two columns, right? So within that, I want you, and I'll just bring up because I think I've got, yeah, here we go. So we're using Catch the Moon as our example, okay, of imagery. I want you to make sure that you include the page number and the exact quote from the story in the imagery column, okay? So you are going to find specific examples of imagery. There are no right and wrong answers here, you guys, at all, okay? There are no right or wrong answers here. What you have to do, yeah, Sean, you do have to complete this. So you need to start downloading like Microsoft Word or OpenOffice, okay? Because you're going to have a lot of Word documents. Unless you can go find, you can actually find Catch the Moon online, the story, if you can't open it. And you can actually make your own T-chart if you really want to, Sean. All right? On just like whatever. Oh, okay. So but you can open it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you have it. Yeah. If you can't type on it, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You can just either, if you can, print it out and write on it, right? Or if you can, what you should be able to, because I think I made it into a Word doc, if you go and save it first to your desktop, then reopen it, it should give you editing rights. And if you can't, that's okay. On a separate piece of paper, give me a T-chart, okay? And then you can just scan it to me or take a picture and, right? Yeah, Caitlin, that's what I'm thinking. Okay? So, I give you a specific example. So in the imagery, you are finding a specific example of the author that used imagery, okay? Then you have to explain the interpretation, like why did you choose that example and how is it imagery? So I've given you an actual example from the story, right? So the first example is the steel jungle of his car junkyard, right? And the interpretation of that is here, steel jungle is used to figuratively suggest a place that's hard and dense with debris, right? It creates that image of your mind, right, of a car junkyard, okay? Yes, so Caitlin, imagery is something that literally just creates an image in your mind, right? That's what the concept of imagery is. So now what you're going to do is in the story, you're going to find examples of imagery. You're going to give me the page number and you're going to give me the exact quote. Then you're going to give me the interpretation of that quote. So why is that an example of imagery and how does it create that picture? Okay, exactly. That's a great way of looking at it, Belle. Okay, that makes sense now, Caitlin? Perfect. So what I'm going to do, and I think in there, how many? Oh, you have to find 5 examples. The first example does not count. That is an example that I've given you. You have to find 5 of your own examples. And like I said, there's no right or wrong answer here, people. Okay? No right or wrong answer. As long as you justify. So when I say justify, I mean in your interpretation column, do you clearly understand what imagery means and can you explain it? Okay, through your interpretation. Then I will be like, yep, great example. Okay? So I am going to give you guys, say, half an hour. Let's start with 30 minutes and see where it goes from there. All right? And you guys can get started. Read the story, find some imagery. Feel free to, people, if you want to run something by somebody, go back to your partner, right? Feel free to chat with your partner. If you don't understand or if you don't think that if you want to run an interpretation by them, feel free. Chat with your partner. I'm totally fine with that. Help each other out. Okay? So let's take 30 minutes. Go ahead and get started, you guys. link for the All About Me assignment at Hey guys, just wanted to let you know we're working on the timer, okay? But you've got about 15 minutes, okay, to finish it off. 14, 15 minutes, okay? At about 5 after 10, we're going to reconvene. So just keep an eye on the clock, all right? Keep going. Hey guys. All right, we have about 8 minutes left. Just wanted to warn you though, we're gonna go to a black screen, okay? And then it will come back up. We're just trying to fix the timer situation, all right? So we'll see you guys in about 8 minutes.